What's up, guys? It's Gardy B with the Jenkins Jonez show. As always, I'm here with my good internet buddies, Dragonfly Jones, a.k.a. Tyler.
What's up, guys?
Jethro Jenkins, a.k.a. John.
What's up, bubbas? And if you fuck with us, you want to see more of our content, please jump on YouTube and subscribe to our channel.
Let's talk about the playoffs.
Playoffs.
It's play-in week, but the playoff matchups are basically set. The Lakers and the Nuggets are going to overtime as we speak, which I find that to be the funniest thing that's happened in basketball this year.
Go home, LA. Go home, dog.
You know what the world needs more of? Austin Reeves triple-double overtime watch against the Nuggies.
You know what was wild? Bron on fucking April Fool's like, I'm not playing for the rest of the season. And then like 5 days later, he's not playing for the rest of the season. Bro, come on, G. Sheesh.
I was about to come out of pocket to try and take Vinny to a late home Lakers game, and I'm glad as hell that I decided to wait and see how that shit played out, because I would have been sick if I spent a couple $100 on Lakers tickets to see whom? Austin Reeves?
I don't know. THT put up 40.
Respectfully. All right, let's talk about these play-ins. We are going to help explain the play-in format. I feel like last year we had a lot of people who were just tweeting at me or us saying, what the fuck is happening? So, as follows, it goes like this. On Tuesday, the 7-seeded Nets are hosting the 8-seeded Cavs in the East. The winner of that game is the 7 seed in the East. They will play against the Celtics. The loser of that game will play the winner of Wednesday's Hawks and Hornets game.
Hornets, yeah.
I wrote Hawks
Start
down
over,
twice.
nigga.
I wrote Hawks down twice. Hawks and Hornets game. So the winner of that game will play the loser of Cavs Nets, and the winner of that game, which will take place on Friday, will be the 8 seed and will play the Heat. It is admittedly a little bit complicated. I think it makes more sense if you're looking at the numbers. In the West on Tuesday, the Clippers are playing the Wolves, and the winner of that game will be the 7 seed and play the Grizzlies. The loser of that game will play the winner of Spurs Pelicans on Friday, and the winner of that game becomes the 8 seed and will play the Suns. If the Clippers win against the Wolves, and the Clippers are riding an 11, I'm going to tell you this, as a longtime not taker seriously of the Clippers, this is the most seriously I've taken the Clippers in a minute. They're riding an 11-game win streak into the playoffs. They are getting healthier every single game. I think if they beat that Wolves team to get the 7th seed, that Clippers-Grizzlies series is going to be fucking gnarly. I don't know.
Yeah, if they had Kawhi, I'd have the Clippers winning that series.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's shouts to Ty Lue, man. Like, Ty Lue, the job he's done keeping that team afloat without KG and with a KG, without motherfucking PG and Kawhi, for this season. And, PG just recently came back and he kept that team afloat. He got him in a position, to get into the playoffs now. And they're going up against this young, untested Grizzlies squad. And, Ty Lue is a great fucking coach, a master adjuster.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to make Memphis sweat. It might even go 7, but like I said, I just don't see him pulling it off without Kawhi, man.
You think they beat the Wolves to get the Grizzlies?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
John, you think so?
Yeah, definitely. Ty Lue was great in game. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy that the Lakers had a chance and we offered them fucking 3 years. And now with a nigga that we're offering the job to other people prior, or talking about the other people getting the job prior to even firing this motherfucker, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. I don't know if he could have done anything with this, when we got Westbrook.
There's a world where Ty Lue was coaching DeMar DeRozan, Braun, and AD on the Lakers this year, and I like that. I would like to live in that world.
But now we are in the projects. You feel me? Game one the season, 10 games in. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think the Clippers are good. But like Tyler said, without Kawhi, I don't really truly trust them. That Grizzlies team, I don't think they're for play. And we saw what fucking what's your boy name?
Ja?
You know what I'm talking about? You said what?
Ja Morant?
Yeah, Ja.
Ja Morant?
I'm high, dog.
That's
the weird high,
bro.
I smoked a
I was
sativa,
so
nigga.
flabbergasted that he forgot Ja's name.
Right.
We saw what Ja did last year in the playoffs too, so they ain't for play, G. They gonna be solid.
Golly. I think Tuesday, I'm so excited for the Cavs-Nets game. I don't know. What do you think? How do you guys feel about the Nets? How do you feel, Tyler?
The Cavs are. We've talked before about having the Cavs might be the most unappreciated team in the league this season. I still have the Nets winning that. I think the Cavs could fuck around and get to that 8 seed though. But the way I look at it is like it's a no lose for me regardless of who gets that 8 seed because we're either getting Trey, LaMelo, or Darius, right? Like I love all three of those dudes. You know what I mean? So either way that shakes out, it's totally fine with me.
I want the Nets to pull it out. For me to say they'll win the East and they don't even make the motherfucking playoffs, I can't take that type of L, G. You feel me? But I think the Nets pull it out, G.
You think
know
they'll win on
like
Tuesday though, right? You think they win in the you think they get the 7 seed, right? You think they beat
for sure, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Cavs.
Like you said, 48 minutes. We're gonna play 48 minutes of Kyrie and KD, G. Come on, man.
So that East, I mean, it really is going to be from the second round in that it gets super exciting. But even the first round, you look at we got Sixers Raptors with Doc Rivers. Did you see the Doc Rivers presser tonight?
That motherfucker got a little spicy. Hey, I tell you what, he would not have talked to me like that. Not Doc motherfucking Rivers asking me, do I understand how coaching works? Motherfucker, do you understand how coaching works? Right? We have seen your resume, motherfucker. You wouldn't have been talking to me like that, dog. I promise you. You'd have said some shit to me like, well, do you understand what I'm saying? I'd be like, yes, I understand, coach. I still don't understand how you let Josh Smith, bounce you the fuck out of here in 2015, but I understand what you're saying now, coach. He would not have got spicy with me like that. I promise you, dog.
He had the nerve to say, and I'm normally like, you're in a press conference, you don't get into like a fucking back and forth really, but he had the nerve to say to that reporter, I'm going to say it really slowly so everyone can understand.
Ooh, get the fuck me like that.
Who are you talking to right now, bro? I promise I'm better at my job than you are at yours. I fucking promise.
No, I have never been one to give a fuck about my job more than I give a shit about like being respected in situations like that. Like there are so many times I have put my job on the line because I refuse to let a motherfucker talk to me in that capacity. And if I was a reporter there, I'm not at all, saying that reporter's soft or no dumb shit like that. To each their own. But he wouldn't have talked to me like that, bro. We'd have had a little verbal back and forth right there, buddy. I tell you that.
He did also challenge him, and he because what Doc was saying was our lineup is entirely reactive to what the opponent does, which is really a philosophy in basketball that always works, not being completely passive and reactive to what the other team is doing. Famously, right? Mm-hmm. It's like the Lakers. It's like the Lakers in winning time. They're like, everyone else is playing slow. That's what we should do, right? We should just make sure we're doing what everyone else is doing. But Doc, what he was saying was, no, we always go small when the other team goes small. And all I saw was Sixers fans and writers responding to it, going, "This is not even true." And which is what the writer was challenging him. He was like, "Well, as of 5 games ago, that was not the strategy you were employing." And Doc was like, "We have a whole staff of coaches, and I think they know a little more about basketball than you do."
Well, he might be coaching the Lakers next year. You know what I mean? We might be seeing more of that man.
That would be. I don't believe.
Do y'all believe in the Sixers at all?
No.
Do you think they make it out? They could not make it out the first round.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I legit think the Raptors might bounce them. They're a better coach team. They're a team. Mm-hmm. They're a more diverse offensive team. They're a team where, of course, Pascal's the guy, but that offense flows through everybody. You know what I mean? So I would not be shocked if the Raptors bounce Philly first round. Hell no.
There's things I believe in the Sixers about. I believe that Doc Rivers is one of the great performance artists of our time, and I believe that he is still awake at 12:30 a.m. East Coast time trying to think of the funniest way to get bounced out of the playoffs. Like, I have faith that they will do that. You know what I mean? They'll be up 3-0 and up 20 points in the fourth quarter, and then they won't make another shot for the rest of the series. Like it'll be something crazy. Like I think this will be the supernova.
Yeah, and fucking Matisse can't play games 3 and 4 in Toronto because he's unvaccinated, which is funny as hell because that's why Harden dipped, right? He dipped because Kyrie wasn't vaccinated, guys weren't committed to winning, and now you're dealing with this. You're dealing with perhaps the guy who's going to be assigned to Siakam, to their best player, and he's not going to be there for 2 home games for Toronto. Hey, I'm telling you, I would not be shocked.
and old Jimothy Harden and Glenn Rivers, maybe a little friction. I mean, that could be the team of this could be the Jenkins Jonez team of the playoffs. It could be the team we enjoy talking about the most this playoffs.
It could be delicious. I just want some end of season spicy comments like we got last year. Like I wouldn't be throwing Harden under the bus. Harden's just he's not good anymore. I don't know what to say. You know?
Are they keeping Doc? Are they keeping Doc if they blow this shit?
I think Harden doesn't like Doc, and that's
so he's already gone.
Yeah.
He's already gone.
You think Harden? I wonder. I would love to see the Mean Girls text messages between Harden and Morey about Doc. You know what I mean? I just don't feel like he appreciates me. I just
shut up.
I don't feel like he really cares about me. Like you should have heard how he was talking to me in practice yesterday. Did you see what he said to the media about me? Bucks Bulls, another series I'm super excited for. I think we're all high on the Bucks for sure, but even the first round East series, it's exciting. We talked about what the ones and the twos could look like versus the play-ins, but say the favorites win or say the Raptors beat the Sixers, the Heat, Celtics, the Bucks, and then the Sixers or the Raptors. I'm very excited about that shit, bro. A Celtics Bucks series in the semis in the East. Yeah. That's delicious.
I think the Bucks are going to beat the shit out the Bulls first round. I think that goes 5, bro. Like maybe, we were so high on the Bulls at season start, but what a difference a season makes. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Suns are the best team in the league, but it's the Bucks. I just feel like nobody's fucking with the Bucks right now. G, they got the best squad to me. I just don't see anybody really giving them trouble coming out the East.
But that's why I'm happy. Well, I don't know if I don't see anyone giving them trouble, but that's what I mean. They've had some incredible games against the other top teams in the conference so far this year. But I love them being in Chicago. I love there being, it's going to be a crazy fucking crowd. This is what we talked about before the year about being excited to see the Bulls have the juice, kind of like the way the Knicks did last year. You knew the Knicks weren't going to win, beyond where they went last year, but it's just so much fun to have that kind of juice back in the Garden. I feel the same way about the United. Is it still the United Center? Or is it the fucking crypto.com center?
No, I think it's United Center. It's still the United Center.
Okay, yeah. Thank God.
I think we said the Bulls were going to be 6-2. They shot out, it was killing, you know what I mean? But they ended up where we said they were going to be.
Yeah, we knew the regression to the mean was going to be regressing to the meaning.
Shit. There was a point early in the season, I was like, these motherfuckers might fuck around and make the ECF.
You feel me?
No, sir.
But not anymore, though.
Yeah.
Let's look at the West. John just mentioned, it's really interesting. The Heat are the 1 seed in the East. The Sun are the 1 seed in the West. How much confidence do you have in those teams meeting in the finals? It just feels like the regular season means less and less every year. You know what I mean? I do like the Suns a lot more than I like the Heat as far as making the finals, but I don't know.
The Heat don't have a chance, bro. The Heat don't have a chance. Do you see anybody in the West beating the Suns for real?
I don't.
Not even nobody.
I don't. I mean, there was a part of us that thought that we would get the vintage Warriors, but that kind of hasn't happened. So I don't think anyone's really going to challenge the Suns.
I thought the Suns were going to fall off this year, and I feel like they are better. They're a better squad. You know what I'm saying? They did the exact opposite of what I thought they were going to do. They're still going to lose. It's going to be the same ending. You know what I mean? But no, nobody's beating them in the West.
I'll be very excited to see. I would love to see them back in the finals. I love the energy of the crowd. I would love to see Chris Paul get a healthy playoffs. I would love that more than I would love to just get to watch Devin Booker work for the entire
Booker, this playoffs is gonna go crazy though. I think is he gonna be different, bro? He got that taste, he got that experience, and now he really gonna go crazy. He already looks solid. He already had a solid playoffs. I think he's gonna be different this playoffs. I'm tapping into every game that they play.
Going down to the bottom of the first rounders, Mavs, Jazz. Did you see the Luka injury today?
Yeah,
they're saying that they're optimistic that it's just a lower calf strain, but those are not 3 words you want to hear applied to your star player over the last couple of years in the playoffs. That has turned into some really shitty fucking circumstances. So hopefully he's good. The West playoffs needs Luka healthy. We need to be able to all collectively laugh at fucking Rudy Gobert in the first round of the playoffs and count the number of times.
We need those Gobert switches on Luka, please, for the love of God. Please give us those.
And I need a tracker for Donovan Mitchell passes to Rudy Gobert per game. I need a little counter in the corner.
Dog, did you see that stat that said, like, you know, he averages like 3.2 turnovers a game and 2.6 passes to Gobert a game?
Yes.
So he passes to the other team more than he passes to Gobert every game. Hey, that motherfucker's the Rodney Dangerfield of the NBA, bro. No respect, man. Not even from your own fucking teammates, man.
Does anybody rely on a player more than the Mavericks rely on Luka? Like, that's, you know, that's the one guy. Like, I think maybe, like, you know, Joker in Denver, what he's been doing has been insane. He has nobody there. But, you know, I think, like, dog, you know, if Luka isn't 100%, it's a wrap for them, G. Especially in the playoffs, bro. We saw, you know, last year, I'm gonna say rolled that man in the first round, you know.
If you ever listen to an interview with Mark Cuban, he talks about Luka differently than you will ever hear an owner talk about a player. You know what I mean? He's yes, they are definitely more dependent on him. Warriors Nuggets. You guys, it sounds like, don't have a lot of confidence in the Warriors turn. I'm expecting a Warriors flip at some point. You think you think they ran out of time for that, John? That needed to happen a couple weeks ago?
I think I mean, they dealing with injuries, coming into the playoffs, not playing good. We just saw Clay, you know, put up 40. He looks solid, you know what I mean? But I just don't see it this year. You know what I mean? It's been a totally different second half of the season. I just don't see it. These last few weeks been rough, so I think the Nuggets pull it out.
You think the Nuggets get by him?
I think the Nuggets might get him out. You know what I'm saying? I think the Nuggets have a chance.
They have a chance.
Joker, what he's doing is fucking insane. So, like, I think they have a chance for sure.
So, Suns come. Go ahead, Tyler.
We got word that Michael Porter and Murray aren't coming back. So, I mean, I think it'll be a whole different series with those two. You know, I would probably be leaning towards Denver too. But I don't know. I mean, I still feel like, you know, fucking, you know, Draymond, Clay, and Steph are gonna maybe figure this shit out. You know what I mean? Maybe go back to the trio of old, and, you know, maybe they'll advance maybe to the Western Conference Finals if they do get that shit clicking. But I don't see them getting past Phoenix either way.
We just got word from Jackson. This is not a surprise to anyone, but Frank Vogel has coached, according to Woj, Frank Vogel has coached his final game for the Lakers. Decision that's expected to be shared with him as soon as Monday. I think he knows, Woj.
Damn.
Lakers search expected to be lengthy and expansive with no clear initial frontrunner. I feel like that's directly them just trying to tell Woj, like, tell everyone we're not going to hire Doc Rivers.
This is going to be lengthy. Right. It's going to be a while. I have no idea who the fuck coaches the Lakers next. Coaching Bron, you know, coaching Bron was never that appealing because you knew you were always at his mercy in regards to your job security. But coaching this Bron was kind of, you know what I mean, one or two more peak seasons left at the most. Like, I don't know. It's going to be a tough sell, man. We'll see.
I'm struggling to even come up with a name that I would be excited to hear.
Fucking Twitter, Lakers Twitter did their Lakers Twitter shit today where they said there were talks with Nick Nurse. No, the fuck there weren't. No, the fuck Nick Nurse could fuck around and coach the Raptors for 20, 30 years.
Nick Nurse is not going to miss his statue unveiling in 20 years in Toronto to fucking get fired after 1 year with the Lakers.
Right. Hell no.
They were talking about Mike Brown and like Kurt Rambis and shit. I think Kurt Rambis has 40 fucking games under him and he's going to coach Bron. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? Mike Brown, we already saw how that went.
Brown Mike, as I like to call him.
Brown Mike.
Motherfucker brown as hell.
Dog, hella brown, dog. It's not going to happen.
So we got the Suns coming out of the West. Is your consensus, Tyler? You agree with that?
Yeah. I guess I'm going to be boring chalk guy, you know, finals repeat. Suns,
I think in the West, it makes sense. I mean, to be honest with you, my only just like gut feeling about them not coming is I am just one of those sports writers who is like cynical enough to believe that like history repeats itself and things are boring. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I could just see someone tweak. I don't know. I shouldn't talk about injuries or whatever. I could just see it not working out. You know what I mean? But I would love it. I've loved I love that their new tradition is dancing before games and not giving a fuck about their pregame warm up. Like, I love the energy. Like I said, I'll be rooting for Chris Paul for sure, especially since the Lakers aren't playing and I don't have to worry about him nut checking any players that I'm a fan of. So yeah, I mean, go Suns. So then on the East, do all three of us have the Bucks coming out?
Yeah, bro. Ain't no use in trying to making up some shit and lying to ourselves, bro.
No, for sure. I think the East playoffs are going to be great. I think it's one of those crazy things about basketball where in hindsight, everything like the narrative always looks so smooth, right? And you forget about those moments like watching Bulls games growing up. You forget how close they were to losing some of those games.
Mm-hmm.
You forget about like the Bucks felt so last year, them winning felt so inevitable. We talked about it throughout this year. It feels inevitable that this might be their era. And they were 1/2 a fucking inch of Kevin Durant's shoe away from
and
not
Kevin Durant
advancing.
by himself too, that series as well. That's crazy.
So that's the East to me. I just think the energy is going to be incredible. I don't know. I would lean to the Bucks too, but we'll see what happens, man. It's going to be interesting.
Do y'all think the Suns have more of a chance to win or less than last year?
I don't think that they will win the championship.
I think they have less of a chance of winning and they're a better team.
Yes.
I mean, we thought they were going to win that
Yeah.
series last year. You know what I'm saying? It's just wild how basketball works. You know what I mean? Where you can be that much better and still it depends on who's playing. You know what I'm saying? Like just how the Bucks look and how that team operates, where everybody knows exactly what they need to do. I just don't. And then Giannis, and just having Giannis the best player in basketball, in my opinion. You feel me? Like, what are you going to do?
He's
with that?
better. His improvement this year,
better. Yeah.
His improvement this year negates an entire team's
than
improvement
everybody
this
else in
year.
the court. You know what I'm saying? No, regardless, Devin Booker could to turn into whoever the fuck. You know what I mean? And it's just like, what are you gonna do with Giannis? Giannis is still there. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't see nobody doing shit with him for a few years.
Every playoffs he's come back since he's been in the league, and he has added an element of his game to overcome what the opposing defense was doing to him the previous playoffs. You know, and we've seen that the whole year. His comfort level shooting mid-range and pulling up, and
lost that hiccup in his shot. That motherfucker looking pure off the dribble. Like, all right, let's go play
money from the line too. The hacks won't save you anymore. Like,
I think that last
Scary
was a
hours.
game 6. I think that game 6 changed shit, bro. What I mean, when he was dealing with that pressure, doesn't miss a free throw. What the fuck else pressure you need? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That'll calm you. You know, when you step to the line. You know what I mean? Come on.